So here I am in my garage. This is my workout spot when I'm not at the gym. It's nothing fancy. Just collected a bunch of weights as I was personal training and running my gym for a little while, and just collect some stuff. Some things were donated to me by friends. Um, Others I bought, collected. But overall, it's just right for me. And so when I don't get to the gym or don't have time to get to the gym, this is my spot. So now I have this new phone, so I want to try the phone out and see how it looked in the garage. My old phone was way too dark when it did pictures, even in the middle of the day, so that wasn't good. So I just wanted to try this out, see how it worked. Got just a few minutes here to work out before I go into work, but just wanted to see how it looks and maybe catch some insight, because a lot of times when I work out, that's when I come up with a lot of ideas. So I'm thinking, well, maybe I just have a few minutes to get the blood flowing here a little bit and possibly come up with some ideas. I mean, some things to talk about, some talking points. So I'll keep the camera rolling, and I'll probably edit out a bunch of stuff that nobody wants to see. Maybe me breathing heavy or something like that. I don't know, but we'll see how it goes. I'll tell you one big difference about today is that I'm not listening to any music. So I usually listen to music while I work out. Um, I'll listen to things like, just a mix. I love the old school hip hop, heavy beat stuff, DMX, 50 Cent. It's on my playlist. Got some Eminem and a bunch of other people. I don't know their names. I'm not really a hip hop fanatic or even a music fanatic. I don't get starstruck, so a lot of stars and stuff that people be amazed that I don't know what certain stars look like. I don't see why that's a issue. So a lot of people don't know. Yeah, but usually I'm bumping to a lot of music, loud music, and actually different kinds. I'll listen to anything with the hard beat, and and I'll call them interchangeable lyrics, right? So it's not the music, the lyrics that I hang on to. It's the meaning behind the lyrics that I apply to it. So the artist can be talking about one thing, but in my mind, I'm thinking about something totally different. All right, so actually, I just made a similar post on, I believe it was Facebook, where what was it? It was more like DMX was saying, you know, y'all been eating long enough now. Stop being greedy. Keep it real, partner. Give to the needy. Ribs is touching, so don't make me wait. Mess around, I'ma bite you and snatch your plate. Well, he's talking about hustling, and my hustle's a little different. And the way I interpret those lyrics is that, hey man, I'm working hard on my goals, right? And I'm working hard, and I'm hungry, and I'm coming. And if I don't get what I want to take it. All right, so that's how I interpret those lyrics. Similar to what he's saying, different environment, different concept, same concept, but different environment, different type of hustle. So that's kind of how I listen to all my music. So for those people who say, you know, music is brainwashing, it's you that are brainwashing, right? It's what you put into your mind, right? So a lot of things can come to you, but as you interpret it and bring it into your mind, that's you brainwashing yourself with whatever you want to brainwash yourself with. All right, another setting. So I'm looking pretty light for me today. I would say pretty light for me for the year. So had a lot of things going on that kind of kept me out of the gym, and kept me from, I wouldn't say completely out. I've continued to work out, but I've just been trying to keep moving. So I hit the treadmill and maybe lift here and there just to kind of keep the blood flowing. But one thing I haven't been doing was really lift heavy, which is what I love to do. Love to lift heavy. So right now I'm just doing this bench press. We only have about 200 or so pounds here. And I was in the gym the other day. I was actually thinking about this, where a lot of, even when I trained, I would see a lot of guys who would not basically let their egos get in their own way. So like I say, I'm used to coming into the gym on the bench press. On the day that I'm going to do the bench press, for instance, I'll come into the gym and I'll put 315 on there. For those who don't know it, if you look right there, 2 plates and the bar, it's usually about 225 pounds. This bar here, it's just a little lighter. It's about 10 pounds lighter than a normal bar, which is 45 pounds. So I would say this weight here is about 215 pounds. Well, actually I have 10 on, 5 on each side, so that compensates for the bar. So that's about 225 pounds. But with that being said, usually when I come into the gym and I'm getting ready to work out, I do my warm up on like a treadmill, because the warm up is just to get your body warm, right? Just to get you sweating, get your muscles warm so you won't tear anything, right? And then I'll go right into the bench press, and I'll put 315 pounds on there, which are, instead of two of these big weights, I know they look different, but they're the same. They're both 45, just different brands. Like I said, collected them and had some friends donate some to me. But there'd be 3 of these. That's 315 pounds on each side. 3 of these on each side, which would be 315 pounds. And that's what I would start out with. That would be my warm up, and I would go up from there. So I'd probably go up to maybe 365, 380, sometimes 405. I end up with 405. I drop back down to finish off with the 225 that I started with here. So this 225 would be, I would call it a burnout set, so when I'm tired, I don't have any more in me, I would take the weight way down and burn out with 225, get about 15, 16 times. And that's at the end of the bench press workout, right? So with all that said, now I've taken a long break and I've dropped a couple of pounds. So I'm 269 pounds. Well, I'm sorry, 270 pounds now, from the 285 that I usually walk around at. So when I go into the gym, I can no longer throw 315 pounds on there. I know what I need to do, right? So I come into the gym with a goal, a workout plan. And yes, I do want to get that 315 on this bar again, but I have a plan set, right? I have to get stronger. I have to start where I start where I need to be. So, in life, we can't really choose where we start, right? We are what we are. And, that's, you can't change that, right? You can't change where you start, right? But where do you want to be, right? So when I go into the gym and I put this 225 on, actually I started off a little lower. It was like 185 or something like that. And I warmed up with 135. So I got an extra warm up in because I'm not used to working out as much. So I can feel, as big of a guy I am, still carry quite a bit of muscle, but it's unconditioned muscle. So I can feel the judgment from people as I am lifting. Well, I don't know if it's judgment. I can feel their eyes though. But I'm lifting weights that maybe they're lifting, right? And it's different because when a little while ago, while I was putting on the 315 and moving up, I can still feel the eyes because of the size I am and how much weight is on that bar, right? And it's a different feeling now because it goes from something like, oh man, that's a big guy. That's a lot of weight. I've never seen anybody use that weight before. People come up and talk to me and ask me how I do it. And now it's a little, like I said, it feels different. Start off with 185 pounds, something this guy can easily do, right? But one thing I notice is that I'll put on this lighter weight, and then the guys beside me, even some ladies, they'll try to load up a similar amount of weight on whatever exercise they're doing. They're letting their competitiveness get into the way of their workout. So I don't know what they have planned, but to compete with the person beside you in the gym is not a solid plan, right? It's a way that you get hurt or the way that you don't get your results. So I said all that to say, when you work out or when you have a plan, either way, you have a plan and a goal in mind, you stick to your plan. You don't look at the people beside you and say, oh man, maybe I should be doing what he's doing, right? Because you don't know where he is, so someone trying to keep up with me on the bench press, they would probably, most regular Joes just getting to the gym, just trying to lose weight or just trying to gain a little size or whatever. Just regular Joe who is untrained will not be able to keep up with what I do on the bench press. So, because like I said, my muscles, I have larger muscles and they have a large capacity, and even though I'm starting off a little lower, I know that it's going to increase. I'm not sure how much. I'm getting a little older now, but it will increase, and it'll probably increase pretty quick. So someone trying to keep up with me would have trouble with a natural progression from an unconditioned body, right? So when you're, sorry, I got flies in my garage now. So when you are setting your goals and you have your plan in place, you have a solid plan in place, you believe in that plan, you follow that plan until completion, right? And if you happen to glance to the side and you see other people doing maybe something similar to what you're doing, and it looks like they're a little further ahead in their game plan, maybe you can get some tips from them, but you do not change your plan. That's their plan. You keep on to your plan, you work it to completion until you realize that, hey, maybe I need to make some adjustments to my plan. All right. But that should be a decision you make on your own, not because you looked over there and saw someone else doing better than you. Right? So think of it like if you were on the highway, right? And you had this older model vehicle, and you had a plan to get, across the country from one side to the other, whether you're going east to west to east, north to south, south to north, wherever you're going, right? And you have this plan set, and you're in your car and you're trucking along, and then all of a sudden you see your buddy or another guy going to the same place. He's in his convertible. He started later than you, and he is flying. He just flies by you. Shoom. Better model car, goes faster. And now all of a sudden, you're second guessing your entire trip. You're even wondering if you're ever going to get there. Right? You had a plan. What happened to your plan? Right? So now, you divert from your plan because you need to keep up with this guy. You can't let him beat you. So you divert from your plan and you put that pedal to the metal. Right? And you start going, you catching up, and you're on his tail, right? In your older model vehicle. And you are so proud of yourself because now you are keeping up with the Joneses, right? Then your car breaks down. It can't take the load because you didn't plan on going this fast. Or you run out of gas because your car is not efficient for gas, right? And now you're stuck, right? Because you didn't plan on any of this. And you have to go into your pocket or go into your emergency funds or call a tow truck, and now you are really delayed. Not to say you still won't get there, but you are really delayed because you were trying to keep up with this guy, right? And once you finally get yourself together and you get back on that road, you realize that he wasn't even going to the same place you were going, right? He's going somewhere completely different. Similar, right? But you get to where you're going and he's on his way somewhere else, right? Who knows where he's going, really? That's really none of your business, right? It's none of your concern because you are where you are, right? So a lot of times we let our ego get into the way of our success, right? We're in that gym and we're looking over and see what somebody else is doing. We're on that treadmill. We're walking away. We got planned to be on there for an hour, right? And we look over and we see somebody else running. Now we want to run too. But you hadn't planned on it. Now when you finish, you make it. You do well, right? But when you finish, you feel like your knees are bothering you, your ankles are bothering you, right? You weren't ready for it, right? So, with all that said, how do you know when you're ready for something? Hold on, I spent too long. I need another set. how do you know when you're ready for something? You have to have a plan, right? In order to have a plan, you have to have a goal, right? So we walk around. So I saw this for myself just recently, where, I'm supposed to be the master of goal setting, right? But, the bird was coming here. But recently, I sat down and I re-examined some of my goals, and I realized that they were all just ideas, right? I didn't have any goals, right? So I've gotten so accustomed to setting and reaching goals, and I feel like I'm pretty successful at reaching my goals. But I got so accustomed at setting and reaching them that I didn't realize that I've fallen off track a little bit, where some of the ideas that I've had were simply ideas. And I'm running into confusion because I'm thinking, man, I can do this, I can do that, I can do that, I can do that. Right? But that was it. There was no plan set. Right? So I got so used to just mentally just doing it. Right? Setting a goal and then reaching it. Understanding what my milestones were. Milestone, 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 goal. Milestone, 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 goal. And just getting them. Right? But then had a lot of life slapping me in the face, and it made me think, well, man, why am I not being successful as I used to be? Why am I not reaching my goals like I used to? And I sat down and I started writing, and I realized that, man, these aren't goals. These are just a bunch of ideas. That's why I'm so confused. A bunch of different ideas with no set plan of achieving any of them. And that causes confusion. That's I mean, when you have all these different things that you can do, yeah, you're gonna be confused. You're gonna be very confused. So when we actually set a plan to reach our goals, right? Because some of us, we're just go-getters, right? And we don't have to set a plan all the time. So we think until we have to, right? We're just such go-getters, and all of a sudden everything just gets cloudy, right? Where am I right now? Right? Life punches us, and because we don't have a set plan, we get up from that knockdown, and we're still confused because we don't know which way to go now. Right? Everything was great when we were going in a straight line without a plan. Going in a straight line, you don't need a plan. You don't even need to see half the time. Right? But what about when you get pushed off that line? When you get jabbed, not only pushed off the line, you fall and you go into a complete 360 circle. Now you're off your track with no guidance, no GPS, no map, and nobody to tell you which way to go. So you need a plan, not just a goal. You need a plan to reach that goal. And once you have a plan set to reach that goal, then you're in a better spot. All right? You'll be more confident because you'll know where you're going. You'll know what tomorrow looks like. You'll know what the next day looks like. You'll know what the year looks like because you're on track to your goal. Because you have a plan. You know what you're going to do. All right. I need to get another set in. Time is ticking. I don't have all day. So, man, what was I? Oh, the having a plan. All right, so if you have a plan, you have goals set, then when people come and say, hey, think you can do something for me, think you can run to the store for me, or you think you can babysit for me, or you think you can house sit for me, or do all these other things for him, then it's up to you. Well, it's a tricky one there, actually. For one, you have to understand, you have to have confidence in yourself. You have to believe in your plan, right? And if you believe in your plan and you believe in your success and you believe that, you're going to reach your goal, right? You should be on your plan. That should be your primary purpose, right? To make you better. Then when it comes to other people, have a thing about helping people, right? I want to help the world. I want to help everybody, but you can't, right? You have to help yourself first. You have to, and I hear people saying all the time, I put other people ahead of me. I mean, but it happens when they don't put you before them, right? Are you putting other people before you in expectation that they will do something for you, they will like you, they will return the favor? Because if so, then you are going down a rocky road, right? Because the minute they don't return the favor, they don't say thank you, they don't help you out when you're in need, they don't come running to your rescue, now you're feeling resentment, right? So my thing about helping people is you should always help someone out only out of the kindness of your heart. That is it, with no expectation. They don't have to say thank you. They don't have to look at you anymore. They don't have to do what you want them to do. If you give them $100 and they go and bury it in the ground, that is their business. You shouldn't have any expectations of what they do with the resources that you give them. If so, that's an agreement, right? It's not helping them, right? I mean, if you don't feel like somebody's going to do what you want them to do with the money, don't give them money. All right? If you're going to give it to them, it's up to them to decide how to use it. All right? Unless you're trying to buy them, trying to control their life. I've seen that quite a bit. All right, it's about time for me to wrap this up. Maybe I'll do it again. We'll see. I may not even edit this video. I may just post it and just see how it does. It's about 30 minutes. But for anybody who stayed and watched and thought it was helpful at all, just comment below. Appreciate a like, but just comment. Let me know how this works out and if it's helpful at all. All right. Thanks a lot. Thanks for watching me. You know what? I'll do one more sip. Now that's it.